Hello everyone, Jay here bringing you another video. So I got an interesting question. Funny thing, I was just talking about this with a student past Saturday on a shadowing, but question is, I'm buying a mobile home from a direct seller inside of a mobile home park, and they want me to pay everything up front before they move out. Do you suggest? No, never, ever. Again, I was just telling this story past Saturday to a student I was doing a shadowing on. So here's the thing, okay? You can do documents, you can do paperwork, etc. Have everything up front done, and you don't want to pay in full just yet if they're still living in the mobile home. Here, let me just tell you the story, okay? So this mobile home park, this individual wanted to sell their mobile home. It started out, I think it was like a Thursday or Friday. He wanted me to come out there and check it out and pay him. He needed to get paid. He needed to move out. Okay, so I go out there, check out the property, and you know, is what it is. And of course, you know, part of the due diligence, but you know, some of the questions that I'm gonna ask is, where are you at on lot rent? Where are you at on any liens, taxes? Have you paid all the above? And of course, you know, typical, yes, everything checks out. Okay, again, you know, this isn't a weekend, so I can't make any phone calls. I can't check due diligence. But he wanted the money then. Go ahead and pay me the money. I'll move out by Sunday night. So right away, red flag up front. You know, okay, fine, give it. You know, he needs to move out. He's in a hurry, whatever. But the fact that I can't check on these taxes, on this lot rent, on these liens, that just doesn't work out that way. So I told him, look, give me till Monday, like 10 in the morning, I think, because you know, as most businesses open 8:30, 9 in the morning. So that would give me enough time for me to check on this, and I'll be able to pay him. Okay, probably a little more information than y'all want. But I called, and sure enough, no, he was behind on taxes. He was behind on lot rent. He was about to be evicted. Okay, he was actually about to be evicted that evening, that Monday night. Everything had been done. Okay, just the way it worked out. So okay, so I'm getting balances like I tell you how to do in other videos. You know, how much is the taxes, how much is the lot rent, and they gave me that. The park, I recall, were actually happy that I would be buying it, because apparently they have been having issues with this guy over and over, month after month. I mean, he would pay the minimal just to kind of get by, and just kept doing it over and over. I mean, to the point where evictions were put on him repeatedly. So why the park just didn't stop accepting his money and evict him anyway, I don't know, but that's a different topic. So anyway, I go out there, I let them know again, hey, look, you're behind on this, you're behind on that, this is the totals, it's still a deal if you want, but it has to come off the asking price that you and I negotiated on. This, you know, it's the way it is, what it is. I'm not in business to pay back owed lot rent, taxes, liens, whatever. You know, I will take it, but it has to be deducted. He agreed, and dumb me, I do the bill of sale, we do the title. Now here's where it gets tricky. You do the title, you do all the paperwork like you're supposed to be doing. Even on the bill of sale, basically listed it. I knew he was going to be evicted that Monday, that day, but I told him, look, I will give you 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, what do you need? He said 7 days. Give me 7 days and I will, you know, have all my stuff out and you can have the home. All right, so again, he signed the title, bill of sale's done, I get the home, but part of the deal was that I would pay for all that he owed. I would just deduct it. So I gave him the difference, and then guess what I turn around and go do? I run straight to the park and pay the lot rent, because again, hey, I want to be up the standard. I want to be, you know, doing what I need to do from my end. So I catch that up. I go take care of everything, but I gave him the difference of everything that he was asking for. In other words, he turned around after I called him and said, hey, I called him, I should have been and done this, so I want you to learn from this mistake, because I had to learn from this mistake, and I don't want you to do this like I did. So quickly, before I continue my story, do not pay up front. Okay, maybe, you know, a lot of times they'll tell you, look, I don't have any money to move out, I'm moving all my stuff to storage, to friends, a family, whatever. I need some money. That's fine. Let's just say we agree on $3,000. Okay, I will give you up front $500. You know, if that helps, great. 500 bucks should be able to get you moving, get you a truck, get you storage, whatever you need. I'm not paying the remaining of the 2,500 until you hand me the keys, until you're out of the home, until your belongings are out of the house, kind of thing. Then we'll settle on that. Okay, so that gives them enough money to be able to start the process, move whatever they need to do, but not the remaining until they're moved out. So they're going to be in a hurry to move out so they can get the remaining of the money. Unlike me, where I gave them all the money, you know, the balance of, after I paid the lot rent, I called him and told him, look, taxes are paid, lot rent is paid, I'm taking full ownership, we're good. You got your 7 days, and on the 7th day I'm gonna come by. I want the keys and I want to check it out again, but no big deal, is what it is. At this point we've agreed on a price, so we're good. We hang up. The seller calls the park manager, asks him, basically making sure, hey, did Jay pay for the lot rent? Is it good at this point? Park manager, of course, yeah. At this point, you know, the eviction's been removed, everything, you know, just move out on the agreement with you and him agreed on. He calls me back, the seller. Hey, so I know you did pay the lot rent. The park manager just told me, but I was sitting here thinking, and I don't want to sell anymore. Bam. Now what? I've already paid taxes. I've already paid lot rent. I paid him. So this is new to me. This is early on as I'm starting out. Okay, this is when I was getting started on RTOs. So I'm a little shocked, a little surprised, like, oh, now what? Okay. So, all right. Well, then give my money back. Whatever. Kind of sucks, I guess, but give my money. Oh, it wasn't the beginning of suck just yet. I'm gonna speed the story up because I'm at the 7 minutes, but I was like, okay, all right, Mr. Seller, well, no big deal. Just give me all the money. I paid for the lot rent, the taxes, and the money I paid you, and we're good. His response, yeah, man, so, you know, I don't have it, obviously. But here's what I can do. I can pay you every month a little bit at a time and just pay you up. Oh no. At this point, okay, now we're reacting. This is getting heater level at this point. No, sir, it don't work this way. I'm not your personal financer. So bottom line is, I basically told them, all right, well, here it is. No, it doesn't work that way. I bought that home clean and clear. All the paperwork is done. We have it in agreement, and you're selling it to me, or if you don't, I will void all the paperwork. So that's fine. I will give you that. But you're giving me all the money right now. Figure out a loan, figure out what you need to do, but okay, by this afternoon, I need my money in full. Nah, man, I ain't selling it. I'll give it to you when I can. Hangs up. Oh, wow. Try to call him back. Of course, he ain't answering. Why should he answer? He's good for another month at least before he has to be evicted. But now it's my home. So, oh my goodness. So I run to the court. I start an eviction. Now here I go spending more money. Now I have to evict him out of his own house that he sold me. Set the eviction. Let me talk slightly on eviction and how it works, okay? You know what? I'm gonna make a video. No, stay tuned for another video on what you should do on evictions and how the process works, because that's gonna be huge. And especially if you're a landlord, you're gonna be dealing with it. That's just part of it. But anyway, I do the eviction. We end up going into court about a week and a half later. It was civil court, and the judge just basically, unfortunately, you know, mobile homes is still very new. Understand that. Even to a lot of judges, a lot of courts, is still mobile homes is very kind of thing. Just, you know, we're not dealing with that. We get in there, and the judge didn't know exactly how he needed to process it. And he basically says, well, there's equity in this house, there's this, there's that. I try to explain to him, no, you know, this is a mobile home, private property. I paid in full, look at the paperwork, everything is signed, etc. No, I need to send this to magistrate court. We'll set a date for that one. We'll send you some mail. Wonderful. The seller at this point just got himself some free more time. Because yes, at this point, you know, I know that I'm going to have to pay for the next lot rent, and sure enough, so of course at this point I'm just trying to speed the process, get the magistrate court to send me the paperwork, set a date, etc. And they finally sent the paperwork, and it was like 2 months out. I was like, oh my gosh. So I try negotiating with this guy, trying to see what I can do. Still, he doesn't want to listen to nothing at all. He knows he's living for free, and he is gonna take it, and he did. We get to we get to the set date, and about a week out, I remember at this point, okay, suddenly now he's calling me. Anything we can work out. Oh, of course I'm not a happy camper at this point. All my money in full, including the eviction, including everything. Of course, he tried to argue me, well, the eviction is not my problem. I said, look, guy, is what it is. You pay me in full, or next week we're going to court, and it's not going to be a nice thing for at this point. You've dragged this, you cost me money, you didn't keep your word, you signed all the paperwork, you've cost me trouble, time, So, sure enough, he still want to negotiate, but basically pay me pennies and continue this monthly. Yeah, it's worked out so well so far, right? So, we get to court. Shocked to my advantage, I was surprised that the judge agreed with me, and basically, I will say it on here because I'm not mentioning names. Basically, called him a bum. You think you can sell a home, just stay in this property, don't pay anything? Surely you haven't paid Mr. J any money in the months, right? And he asked me, nope, there it is. So, no, get out of the house. You sold it. Here's the paperwork. I mean, if anything, you should be paying him some money for all the troubles. Done. Mr. J, how many days do you give him to evict the property? 3 days. I should have said none, but I said 3 days. Still, get your stuff, because I knew he hadn't moved anything. Get your stuff and get out. This man made a scene to the point where they almost locked him up. I mean, he thought for some reason that he was going to win this case because he had won many of them in the past, obviously. Not this time around, though. Paperwork was intact. Everything was done from my end. And yeah, 3 days. Oh, my phone was blowing up. Him and his wife. And I hated it, but I mean, it's a business. I had paid him. I had done right by my end. And he refused to move out and cost me money. Many times through the process, I thought, you know what, let it just go. Just let it go. I don't want to deal with court. I don't want to deal with him. It's taking me so much time. No, money had been paid. Documents had been done. I had to do it for myself and to learn experience. And I learned a lot. And I'm glad I stuck with it. Many investor friends, that when I had mentioned I'm probably just going to let it go, they were like, you're out of your mind. No, sir. You go through this and you get it done. My mentor especially, he said, no, you ain't going nowhere. Okay, that would be a losing in from you by choice. We don't work this way. 3 days come up. It's a writ. So, they've been blowing my phone. And at this point, like my attorney has suggested, ignore them. At this point, there's nothing to be done. They didn't agree with you on anything, so let it be. And we did. So 3 days come up. We go out there, the sheriff, the moving crew, etc. They still... anything we can do. I'm just like, don't talk to me. Go talk to the sheriff over there if you want. You and I have nothing to discuss. This is a done deal. They ended up basically taking themselves, and I think they had a couple little dogs and a couple things, and they said, take the effing home, all the stuff in it. I don't want anything. You've done me wrong. Man, okay. We're out of here. And it evicted. 6 months in total. Maybe I didn't say the numbers exactly how it worked out, but the way it had checked out, I think it was near like 6 months. It was a long time. I mean, it was just wow, something that I had to learn from. So, into 14 minutes into my video, long story short, if that can count, do not pay it front. No, do not. Give a small percentage of that money in full that y'all agreed on, because it's okay to help people. We're not here to take from. I like to think that what I'm doing is making a change in some sense, and I'm providing some sense, and I'm helping people in some sense. So again, my example was $3,000. If that's what y'all agreed on in total, everything is checked out, I would tell the seller, I understand you need to move out. Here's $500. We'll put it on paperwork as well. We will write this up that I will give you the remaining $2,500 balance as soon as you give me the keys and you turn in the home. Everybody wins. And when those 7 days come up, if it had to go through court and whatever, at least you're in the $500, not so much, and no other things have been done. Wait on the paperwork, wait on everything. And again, I'm not an attorney, so check with him or her on that. But this way, you can almost guarantee to an extent that they would turn the home in, and you don't have to go with what I had to. it says you should learn from your mistakes. As a person, you should learn from your mistakes all the time. But as a genius, it is said that you should learn from other people's mistakes. That's something I have to learn. I study a lot, and I'm having to learn from other people's mistakes so that I don't do them again. On this specific topic, learn from me. Okay? Long video, a little more than average. You know, we have the minute videos that we have not made in a while. We have a lot of things happening and a lot of things that are coming up. So coaching is still available. I will drop at this point. The video is long enough. So jgarciamobilehomepartner.com. Email me if you have any questions. If you want to set your shadowing coaching. Shadowing coaching is coming to an end, guys, soon. We have way too many things happening, and it's if anything, it will not be me, myself, and I doing it. It might be a partner. I don't know yet. So something to look into. But for now, it is still active. It is booking. It's still booking very actively. Free days here and there throughout the week. Just message me and I'll be happy to see what we have open. All right, but till next time, thank you for watching.